Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's continue our game of Final Fantasy 15 Royal Edition on, or running on the PlayStation 5. I don't know how much longer we're going to play this. I at least want to get to the, first summon, and I think it still takes a little while to get there. I can't remember if it's in the first 2 or the first 3 hours. But as I said, we'll play at least to there, and then we'll see how people feel if they want to see this entire playthrough. I mean, I think it's interesting just because, this game can finally run at 60 frames. Let's see, if you want, yeah, 5 gil, what the heck. Look how noisy he is just filling his gas. Okay, what are we doing now? What's the side quest? Yeah, let's go there.
Everything in order?
I think this one's kind of a fun quest anyway.
Maybe Sid was right about your lack of dignity.
You're one step above delivery boy.
Royal rank carries little weight outside the Crown City.
Glad it's not weighing me down.
Oh, Ignis stepping on the gas. What's the rush, man? I think it's wacky you can run out of gas. I mean, what's the point?
You sure we're in the right spot?
According to the map. Let's scope it out.
Do we have to walk?
Yeah, even on the PC, this can be a real troublesome game to run at 60 frames. And obviously, there's quite a lack of detail when you want to compare it to like the PC's max settings. But I think you could get there under some of the lower spec settings. Sort of match this console performance. I don't know, it depends on your setup. I mean, I have a 2080. And I can't quite get 60 frames, not without doing a little bit more sacrificing than I'm willing to.
OMG. We're supposed to get near that thing?
Pipe down before you wake it up.
I mean, it is much cooler to see this thing with 60 frames. Something about the motion, even though none of the textures have changed or the models have changed, just that added layer of motion really brings things to life. Of course, I've been saying this for years, you know. But I'm glad we're finally starting to get some real payoff with this hardware. But of course, you know, we've seen developers decide that the 30 frames is good enough. I mean, we're seeing that with Forbidden West. It's just like, god damn it, guys! You get this brand new hardware and you still want to do 30 frames. It's like, yes, I know you want to put more detail in there. But detail at 30 frames versus smooth motion at 60 frames, I mean, it's a sacrifice I'm more than willing to make.
Off it goes.
Oh, we made it out alive.
Barely! I seriously thought we were at Journey's End.
But that feat was fit for a king.
Indeed.
Back to the car. Yeah, I hope most developers decide to abandon their, you know, their obsession with post-process effects at 30 frames and give us more 60 frame work. You know, I don't expect many games to do the 120 frames. You know, I mean, you need to buy a new TV or have a new monitor that would support it. Buy new cables, you know, potentially. And I think that's a much smaller market.
Indeed.
But even the, you know, even the $200 or $300 sets out there that do 4K, I mean, they're refreshing at 60 now too. So, you know, you're talking about the sets that are still 30. I mean, those are like the no-name,
Let's have some light.
Sounds good.
you know, the super no-name brands, which hopefully you aren't buying unless it's for like the bathroom or something. In fact, I think it's harder to find something that is manufactured now that's for 30 frames than
It's
it is
real pretty here at
to
night.
find something at
And yet,
60
by
frames.
all accounts, it pales in comparison to old Tisha.
Seriously?
Oh, wait a minute. I think I have to do the other quests before I do this one. I think this one actually sends me to the next part of the city. Or maybe I have a choice. I don't know. Let's see. We'll save first before we make that decision. It's at night anyway. I'm going to have to find a place to camp.
Welcome to Golden Key.
Winning snapshots at the 4th photo contest on display now. Theme Ignis.
Everything will be up and running by morning. We're meeting when? Everything will be up and running by morning. up and running by morning.
I hope everything can be up and running by morning, yeah.
Nice work, kid. Sorry for giving you such a hard time. I just had to get my hands on this, even if it meant blackmail. You understand, don't you? You see, I'm a reporter by day and an amateur jeweler by night. This elusive little beauty's gonna become a masterpiece. To make it up to you, I'll share a little scoop. That special coin you got? It commemorates the Oracle's ascension. That guy was tossing them out to everyone. Must have picked them up back in Niflheim. And speaking of freebies, here's one from me. Come back if you want to buy more.
I doubt a souvenir like that could make its way into the hands of an ordinary citizen.
Oh well, it's our pocket change now.
Let's learn from history and book a place this time.
Okay, let's do those other sub-quests before we delve into that. It shouldn't take too long. Wait, was there a camp around here? I mean, I guess I can drive at night, it's not that big of a deal. Oh wait, no, there's trailers out here, okay.
Really dig the night view.
Take a look at our wares.
Earn bill by completing hunts or by selling trinkets you find. I don't imagine we're going to find much here that is worth a damn. My character's a little higher level. Assistant, soldier's anklet.
See you later.
Okay, well, oh, whatever. Oryx Culinary Chronicle 1, Entry 4, Partners. The fella I helped down the mountain and I are on our way back to Lestalem. Lest I think that's where we're headed. Should only be a little further, but I feel like we're just going around in circles. Fellow said we ought to take the road less traveled and follow the river. That's that the fish will keep in our stomachs. That the fish will keep our stomachs filled. Sharp has attacked this one. Said he wants to be a journalist, but I reckon I ought to make him my partner. Alright, well, let's use the camper then. Rest havens are outposts. Oh, rest at havens or outposts to tally up experience and leveled up. Lodgings at outposts and in towns cost money, but provide an experience bonus. With better lodgings come greater XP bonuses.
We could crash right here.
Oh, look at that rusty old stove. What are we going to make on there? Oh, I didn't realize they depended strictly on music to set this. There's no sound effects at all. Well, we can't listen to music. DMCA. We'd rather not have people be exposed to our music than play them in a video game. Pshaw. Don't we cook food too?
Damn, this is a really good shot.
I made sure I got the regalia's good side.
Well taken.
Oh, that's right. It's supposed to be.
Well taken.
I thought we cooked food in the camper too, no? I guess not. Okay, quest location. Which one's the closest? They're all about the same. Okay, fine. The roads are very dangerous. Full of demons. You go first.
Great range of wares here.
Paradise for a technophile like you.
Off we go.
I say we take a break.
Sounds reasonable enough.
Oh, we just got here. Take a break. The hell, man?
Are you joining us?
No. You slackers.
Real nice here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, I can't. Oh, so stupid.
Looking at you now.
Mouth closed.
That one knocked.
Never fear. Bronto's here.
Let's go.
Yep.
How far is this? I don't think they're all far from each other. I mean, I don't think.
Ugh.
Gil says there's a city car in the garage.
Wish I could visit Altisha again. Eat all that seafood.
Sid's friends, was it?
Why are you always scared every time you see me? What the hell are you doing behind the counter? It's real suspicious, this guy.
How's about a bite to eat? Order away.
What do we got? Chili con carne, leading jambalaya. Jambayala.
Won't be a sec.
Jambalaya.
Look out, stomach.
I think Ignis already knows how to make that.
Take your pick. Y'all be sure not to overeat.
Okay, what's the other one?
Better make tracks. Chop chop, Prompto.
There in a jiffy.
I know, I really ought to set up a stream music player that will play
Sluggish.
Indeed. Let me give the orders this time.
Just keep it short.
And simple.
Attack!
Circle behind enemies and attack to blindside them. Successful blindside strikes can lead to chain attacks with your friends. I'm sure it can.
Try to hit him from behind.
Watch yourself, Noct.
I know. No surprise.
Stomach rumbling.
Let's wrap up this rumble and get some eats. Oh?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
No big deal.
None the worse for wear.
Bring on the next one.
Yeah, I'll have to fiddle around with some setup music that we can play from now on. And get that injected into the stream so it's not completely silent. I'll probably make it available to other streamers too, just for free. Then, you know, people can just fill in their own music.
To the right.
Got it.
Let's move.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Did you get it? I think the rough thing is that, you know, if you just play any music, it may not fit with whatever you're doing. So it may alter the mood of what you're playing if you're just playing your own set of playlist music that's not context sensitive. And it's the only really bad thing about that.
Says there's a city car in the garage.
So how's it going, boys? Nice work out there. What can I do you for?
What was the other one? Is that one far away? Half a mile away. I don't know if that's worth driving. I mean, I have to drive back here too.
Beautiful day.
Totally.
Yeah, I don't think it saves the state of your car either. So I can't just turn on flight mode. Otherwise, I would just fly everywhere. I think it still limits you, unfortunately. I mean, it kind of makes sense. There are some areas that you're not supposed to be able to even get to. And if they allowed the flying, then, you know, probably break the game logic somewhere in there. Yeah, I should have taken the car. Oh well, whatever. It's a nice sunny day in the desert. Well, it's just like a little picnic. Yeah, it's like a goth picnic. I don't know what we're having for our lunch.
Man, it's hot.
Then lose the jacket.
Lose the jacket. Where am I going to put it? Not like I have, like, you know, coat racks out here. Well, I mean, technically, I guess everything is a coat rack out here. I may not be able to find whatever it is I put out here, though, once I get back. Yeah, it really is still, it's still an amazing looking game. I mean,
Just do whatever.
And not helpful. Now it's time to go to town. Give them hell, Noct.
Say your prayers.
Let's clean them up quick.
Maybe it's just me, but I felt kind of bad taking those things down.
You're not alone. But out in the wild, it's kill or be killed.
And personally, I'd prefer the former.
Kill or Be Killed. That's a terrible movie. I think it was from the 80s. Which is a fairly common thing to say.
Seems we
Terrible
found
movie in the
what we
80s.
were looking for.
Let's be done with this riffraff.
Never knew what hit him.
No use hanging around here.
Indeed.
Rock and roll.
Huh.
What?
My hand slipped.
Want some?
What's all this stuff? Anything worth it? I mean, probably not. Giant hairy horn. Oh, just go to Pornhub. You want to see that?
Hey, you want to watch where you're going?
Well, here we are.
Gotcha.
Oh, well, what are we fighting?
You said it.
Well, here we are.
Nothing to it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do with 16. I mean, I actually don't like the way that new game looks, personally, but
Tread lightly.
I hope they learn their lessons from this game and, you know, give us a story, you know, plot, and not just characters. And if you're going to give us characters, don't just give us only the main characters, leaving everybody else in the dust. Because like Aiden's like this just generic bad guy, and he doesn't have much of a personality. I mean, you get to know these four guys. I mean, now you get to know them pretty well with the additional missions. And, I guess Aiden has his own mission too, which I never did play, but I don't know, man. I mean, if I have to have DLC just for you to give me more story, I think something really went wrong.
Stay down.
Knocked another one out.
We all good?
Better than good.
Good to go.
Yeah, a real, I mean, a real good, a real good way to tell whether or not your story was memorable is if you can ask most of the players that played through the story all the way through what their favorite moment is, and you know why Aiden and Luna Freda had their conflict. I mean, like, I don't know why. I mean, you could probably ask Final Fantasy players, Final Fantasy VII, you know, why, Sephiroth did what he did.
Real nice here.
And people will have reasons, and pretty good ones, that are supported by the story. Here, you were just like, I don't know, is it because Aiden's a dick? I mean, that's all you got. Like, oh, what was the most dramatic moment in the game? You know, what, I was like, oh, well, at the end, okay, but...
We're here.
Like, I actually felt the opposite when they got to the last part, the last campfire. And I was like, well, I don't really feel particularly attached to any of the events because they weren't described in any detail, and after the world of darkness happens, then it's like these are all different people. They don't even act the same. And all that time you spent growing attached to the characters, now they don't act the same, so they're not really even the same characters. Like I said, there are a number of things that I felt were not done good on this.
I can tell you all about the area.
But not the graphics and sound. Those are excellent. The character design's just general. I mean, if you like your character's goth, then
You all liked it.
you're certainly gonna like these characters. But outside of that, I mean, the plot, I don't know. I just wish there was more filled in. Yeah, I guess maybe nobody else thought it was important. All the time they spent developing this game, you think they would have, given the writers a bone and had them work another, 2 or 3 weeks to, flesh out the story more. It's like they wrote all that stuff like on the last day before they shipped the game, At least that's what it felt like.
We need to replenish our supply of curatives.
Gotcha.
Hope everything will be up and running by morning.
No, lady. That's the only thing you say. That must be some boring conversation for that husband. Or boyfriend. I mean, she says that at night, when they're in bed. I gotta seriously wonder about that relationship. Time to leave that woman.
Stinking hot.
Indeed.
Welcome to Golden Key.
What's all this about the port closing?
Some kind of hold-up competition. Guess we have to stay another...
Alticia, the Saluna Cascades are calling you.
It's Alticia.
Oh yeah, that's what it says.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Prompto.
What's all this about?
As promised, I'm in the process of securing your ferry tickets right now. Told you, I'm a man of integrity. Should be smooth sailing from here. So let me know when you're ready to ship out.
I admit I didn't expect Dino to secure us a ship.
Well, must be pretty connected if he can pull some strings around an Imperial embargo.
Yeah, that guy's one artful artisan.
You guys ready to set sail?
Mm-hmm.
Already? The ship won't arrive till tomorrow. How about you find a place to spend the night?
It's bedtime.
All right.
Nice.
Striking a pose.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't really matter about these photos. I mean, they play them in the end, but see, even this stuff where it's doing the, you know, where it's doing the montage, it's like, you know, this could have been a story beat that you played. It could have been a little bit more in depth. You know, they give you some visuals, but it's like, where's my attachment? Where's my characterization? You know, it's just such a, I don't know if lazy storytelling is the right word, but it's very abrupt, you know? I mean, I thought Final Fantasy 13 was a little plot light, but this is even worse. I thought the game was in development for, you know, a number of years. I don't know why they just didn't give the writer some time too. It's not like it would have been unprecedented for you to switch and just play temporary characters in a Final Fantasy game either. I mean, it's happened, you know, a lot.
Hey, morning.
Where's Specs?
Should be back any minute now.
What's that look for?
It's in all the papers.
What is?
Insomnia Falls.
What? This your idea of a joke?
I need you to calm down so I can explain.
I'm as calm as I'm gonna get.
There was an attack. The Imperial Army has taken the Crown City.
As treaty room tempers flared, blast lit the night sky. When the smoke about the Citadel had cleared, the king was found dead.
No, wait. Hold on.
We had no way of knowing
What? Knowing what?
that the signing was last night. That
But
insomnia...
the wedding! Altisha!
I know. That was the plan. Yet the reports of the invasion are all the same. How could every headline in the kingdom be wrong?
Lies.
If only.
What else do we know? Well, then we can't be sure until we see it with our own eyes.
And that means we go back to Insomnia.
Might not be safe for us there.
Might not be safe for us here.
Turn back?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny to watch these scenes again and kind of see where they fail just a little bit, right? Failed to deliver the emotional beats, but I don't know. If you're giving your main character, if you're making him a little distant, then I guess it just makes it that much harder to instill any sort of feeling into the whole
Everyone's okay.
conversation.
A lot of good hoping's gonna do.
You mustn't lose faith.
Really? Can Faith stop a fleet of Imperial dreadnoughts?
Just give it a rest.
My old man had plenty of faith.
Enough.
The Empire lied. They betrayed us.
Conjecture gets us nowhere. We're searching for truth.
All you'll find are lies. Like that ceasefire.
Yeah, what a...
Look at the size of those things.
Imperial dreadnoughts. They transport soldiers, namely the Magitech infantry.
The robots?
Mass-produced humanoid weapons of warfare, to be more precise.
Doesn't look like they'll be signing that peace treaty.
Yeah, what a strange way to
Up ahead!
do all the travel in a game.
They've set up an inspection point.
If the road ahead's blocked, then we find a way around.
I mean, there's always been complaints about the latter Final Fantasies not, you know, being too linear. But here you're literally driving from place to place. So, and I don't think there's enough interesting stuff around just for you to walk everywhere and be entertained. So this is like a way to make the world big, but at the same time, you're sort of shrinking your path, your path making.
Let's make a detour. There ought to be a decent vantage point up ahead.
Yeah, and I've said, you know, for my money, I feel like the 13 series is the better series of these two, and we'll see what 16 will be like. But you know,
There they are.
I like these characters,
Want
but
to take them out?
I don't like them enough to forgive
I
the
wish they had a treaty to protect him.
you know, just the lack of plot, you know, the lack of narrative. Especially given the development time, it's like you had years and years and years to make this. I mean, I just wish you would have wrote some story in here.
Where do they keep coming from?
Can't imagine what it's like inside.
Yeah, I mean, you know, by the time we get inside, you know, it's the
We
world
should
of
seek a
darkness.
vantage point. The hill.
Want some?
Nice guy!
Weapons marked with a plus can be remodeled. Take your arms to Hammerhead and Acid to upgrade them. Oh, that's right, I forgot all about that. I never did do the full upgrades. I mean, I think I was getting tired of gathering materials. I just want to get to the end of the game.
Empties.
Empty humanoid soldiers. Soulless and merciless.
Oh, is there a fight I was supposed to do?
As the ceasefire discussions between the two nations, all provisional terms have been suspended in light of recent developments. Moreover, in the wake of the news of King Regis's death, we've now received word that Crown Prince Noctis and the Oracle Lunafreya have also been pronounced dead.
Keep it on.
Don't bother!
Yeah, cool designs too. Everything's cool except for the plot. You know,
Hello?
that had to have been like the easiest thing to do in all of the production of this.
You made it.
The hell's going on?
Where are you?
Outside the city, with no way back in.
makes sense.
Makes sense? Are you serious? What about any of this makes sense? The news just told me I'm dead, along with my father and Luna.
Listen, I'm heading out to Hammerhead. About the king. It's true. If you're looking for the whole truth, you know where to find me. Get moving.
Right.
What did the Marshal have to say?
Said he'd be in Hammerhead.
And the king?
I mean, I will say this: at least you can actually have 4 party members again. so many of the 3D games was 3 party members only, and boy, that was sucky, especially after enjoying more than 3 party members in the Super Nintendo games. To just always have 3 party members for so many games back to back, I was like, oh god, you guys got to upgrade your engines. You got a lot more characters. You run into so many of them, and then you just get to play like a fraction of them. But here, pretty much, it's, you know, you just have the 4 characters, and you have some guests swap in and out. But hey, at least there's 4 characters. You know, took 15 years for them to give you more than 3 characters, but they did finally do it. Nah, maybe it was closer to 10. Yeah, it seemed like a long time. I must have Luna Frey. I mean, you barely get to know this girl. You don't know anything about her, really. I said that's why when events fold, it's like you just like don't feel anything. You know, it's like, oh, what a shame.
Don't suppose the Crown's
How?
guard is still active.
And why would I feel that way?
Count on it.
I don't even know this girl.
Marshal out here.
I wonder how things are in the city.
There should be reports before long.
Yeah, something this big can't go ignored.
And what about us? What do we do?
We make for Hammerhead now, and figure the rest out later. Got a message from my sister. She's with refugees bound for Lestalem.
Well, at least Iris is okay.
Yeah, doesn't sound like everyone else was so lucky, though.
We'd best make haste. Noct won't be dead forever.
No going back. Only ways forward.
No going back. Let's go.
Hey.
Glad y'all made it. No weather for driving, that's for sure.
Oh, thanks.
Where's Core?
Left to see to business. And left y'all a message with Pawpaw.
Yeah?
Boss ain't sat still 1 second since he heard y'all were coming.
Alright, why don't we save here, and we will continue, well, maybe not tomorrow, but maybe the day after. Kind of depends on how my schedule works out. Anyway, you've been watching Final Fantasy 15 Royal Edition on PlayStation 5. We're running the PlayStation 4 code in light mode, and with light mode we can, finally achieve that 60 frames a second, which was never possible, even on the PlayStation 4 Pro. So it's cool to see it running in its most ideal state. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.